So here we have the progress for the Grosser Hund. I assembled it a couple of days ago, and then last stream I went about adding just this texture that you see here, which was achieved just by using Milliput. Just by you posted on Discord. Okay, cool. This looks like a lot different when I last saw it. Yeah, so basically, let's try and take a zoomified look at it. What you're seeing here is actually Milliput that has been thinned down with alcohol, and then dabbed on with a brush. And like the consistency I was looking for was kind of like a pasty, a thinned out pasty, yeah, spackling, yeah. And then I just kind of dabbed it on with a brush continuously and let it build up. And the idea is that when we go on to spray paint this, spray paint it with a primer black. I'm thinking about using black. It'll all look much more uniform. But yeah, that is it. And so the idea right now is to add some extra little details. I've got a bit of wire that I straightened out last night. I have a spool of wire, and I just kind of straightened it out. And now, digital camo. Yeah, I could see that. It almost looks like as if it was painted already, like this could just be the color scheme. But no, we're going to paint it, and I actually don't even know what color to paint it, to be honest. I'm thinking about something kind of bright, but we'll see. A lot of Maschinen Krieger model kits are often quite grimy, quite dark, but I thought it might be interesting to make it bright and then make it look grimy through painting and all of that. Rust. Maschinen. A crustacean, yes, I was thinking that too, Storm, actually. It has a very kind of lobster-like texture, I think. Lobster texture. Well, this is the lobster tutorial now. If you guys ever wanted to make your mechas and robots look like a lobster, this is the place to be. Rock lobster. Alright. Awesome, it came loose. Yes, there we go. That's more or less the idea that I wanted, so let's just smack that down. Let's just smush it down. Spade! Luckily I have saved the YouTube video that helped me the first time around, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Good thing I canceled my stream for this week. Oh, okay. Did you anticipate that was going to happen, or that's just like a lucky coincidence? Little coinky dink. Little coinky dink. Spade, since you are the resident cyberpunk fan, what does choom mean? Choom, does that not is that like a is it like an insult? What does choom mean? All right. There we have that. Now let's see. Choom definition, yes. For science. Scientifically accurate. Yeah, I believe it's an insult, but I'm not actually sure. I'm pretty sure it is. I know that Spade has definitely played tons and tons of cyberpunk, so he would definitely know. So we can have the foremost authority. Mainly likely coincidence. Spending the week with your girlfriend. That's nice. Oh, Chew means friend? Bro! I thought it was an insult. That's so funny. See? It's a good thing we got that clarification. I would have been Using chum incorrectly. In a sense, that I'm happy to hear that it means friend. Gonk. Gonk is the insult. Gonk. That's funny. Yeah, it's chum basically. I know. Have I been insulted, or did I take things as an insult when in fact they were just complimentary? Alright, let's just cut it right about there. Also, I should probably just repeat this this shape because I would need this. Friend, enemy, what's the difference? You know, I've seen like tools for bending photo etch parts, and I can actually see the use for that. You know, if you want to get a really nice straight edge. Actually, I have a ruler that I can use. That'll be pretty useful. Ugh. Gonky Chum. Chugi, I know. Chugi, Chum. It's all connected. Finding the through line. Chugi. It's hilarious. The Chug arc. Yeah, this is kind of useful, this tool here. A ruler. Alright, there we go. So we have to actually do this like 3 more times. Super exact science, super precise over here. Man, I can't imagine what kids are gonna sound like in the future. You know, especially like how they're practically indecipherable, like even now. I think we'll get to a point where like AR is ubiquitous, and people will just like emote IRL. Like you'll just see like floating emoticons over people's faces. I think that's where we're going, guys. All right, so there's 2, and then we gotta make the 3rd and 4th one will have to be longer because they have to reach over. Chumbata. Cyberpunk 2020 TT RPG Handbook. Chumbata. Chumba. Neo-Afro-American slang for friend. Damn. Do you have that book? I feel like it would be really cool just to read the RPG, you know, the setting rule book, even without like intending to play. It would just be cool to learn about the setting more and all that. Archa, no rest for the wicked showcase. Oh, they showed more? No, I didn't see. What do you think? Good? Is that one to look out for? What do you think? Wonder if I could stick it in there like that. Would that be too much? Okay, I think we'll just glue this down now. Let's see how that works. Well, let's just see what happens. Looks great, says Arch. Sorry, I'll check in a second. Okay, Here's the strat. Thank you. All right. Do you guys know that me and my brother, we've been trying to get the Toronto Raptor from the Kinder eggs, the Kinder Surprise eggs, for a few days now, and we have yet to get the frickin' stupid Toronto Raptor. We've got all these other guys. We've got all these other chooms, but not the Toronto Raptor, the one that we actually want. So, fingers crossed, maybe we'll get lucky. Oh boy. That super glue is very liquid. There we go, that's what we want. And we're just going to let that dry and then bend it once it's dried. That's the idea. That is the idea. Wow, that's not good though, if you let things fall. Art looks great. My book's art direction is great, and gameplay looks funner than Diablo. Yes, how hard would it be to make something more fun than Diablo? Combat looks really fun and cool. Yeah, did you say it's a bit more Souls-like? Space on my lap right now. I have the tisms for Cyberpunk. I can't memorize all the definitions. Yeah, it seems like it'd be a really great read. I read the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay book in a very similar way. And that was just because I really liked the setting of the Warhammer world. So reading the roleplay book was a great way to just further immerse yourself in the setting without having to actually play the game, without actually having to invest in like the like playing the miniature based game. And also like the role playing game focuses on the world building more than, like, for example, the wars. Obviously, Warhammer being a tabletop strategy game is mostly focused on wars and conflicts, big conflicts. And it's nice to read the role-playing book because it gives you more of a sense of the places, the settings, the people, the characters, the history outside of that context. So so yeah, and I've been tempted to buy other rule books for the same reason, just to kind of get into the world further. All right. Codex, yeah, for that reason, codexes are really good. I don't know about nowadays, but back then, like the codex for Eldar was really cool. The various Space Marine chapters, love that stuff. I don't know if they're as good now. Spade Chumba, let's hit up the Ripper Dock and chip, and then hit up the face and Netrun for some Nova Chromatic Rock. Okay, I understood like maybe half of those words. Yo, Choom. Screw that in place. There we go. Very nice. And of course there's overhang, but we'll trim that off. And the other wires will kind of just attach to that point, I guess. Feel, you know, how much money is... They would have to translate it themselves. They're not going to simply rely on the English fan translation. They would have to put in the money to make their own translation. That's not an insignificant sum. So then you have to think about how much money would it be worth to translating it, blah blah blah. Oh, that's the name. Those are the names. Yeah. Everyone's choosing their own fairies now. Pick your fairy. Choose your fairy. Hmm. Let's let that glue. I think we gotta use super glue. Had to play a bit of Earthbound, and then they suddenly killed the bee, and I cried. Yeah, that's like pretty early on though, isn't it? The bee is like mad strong. WMAC Masters, but it's the fairies. They look amazing. Gnarly, funny. They're all named after different musical notes. Yeah, music plays a. Okay, so here we have the details on the backpack, and I think that's looking pretty good, to be honest. Again, once this all gets sprayed, it'll kind of look just much more integrated, but the idea was to have some kind of sense of like a firing mechanism wiring for the smoke grenades. So that's what I did here. And I've seen people add wiring and tubing to this gun here, and I think I want to do that. And that might be the extent of the customizations for this model. That might be it. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want to add some extra detail to the side of this like box here. So let's try and find something. But yeah, for as similar as Canada can be to America, there are some differences, and that would be one of them. Just looking for anything that could create an interesting little extra piece of detail. Extra piece of detail. Oh wow, we've been streaming for 1 hour and 49 minutes, which is surprising. I didn't realize. Let's just do these details, as I said. We're kind of making shorts, doing all sorts of stuff, and ultimately at the expense of like my own personal enjoyment for the game. And I never finished it, and I didn't finish it solely because of that. I didn't finish it because it was just getting really long, and I wanted to do other things. Do we like that? I'm not sure if I like that. Do I like this? Do I like that? I don't know. Oh, dropped it. Where did it go? EPO after hours, EPO after dark. Maybe we like this more. Alright, let's do that. A handful of times I've like streamed, later in the evening, and people have taken to calling it like EPO after dark, and I've had folks come into the stream being like, "Oh, it's EPO after dark. Is this gonna be a little more spicy? Is this gonna be a little naughty?" And I'm like, "No, it's actually the same." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, see ya." No, not that they say goodbye, but it's like, "Oh, I can." The disappointment is palpable. I'm like, "Oh, okay, bye." It's the same. We have to actually, as a team, we have to practice being PG. We have to practice every once in a while to PG up our stream, as you know. This model itself is intended to be used for the Plamo Weekender. I wanna do like a weathering demonstration. That sounds so nerdy. I'm planning on doing a weathering demonstration for this model, and I just think that would be fun to do, fun fun to show my process of painting. But of course, Plasma Weekender is like an all-ages event. And we just have to practice. I have to practice being all ages. I have to be like, hi guys. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I dropped this piece. Instead of my natural default. Where I would be like swearing. Not that I swear a lot, anyways. Horny robot streamer. Where's the other... is this it? Oh, here it is. Gee willikers. Gee willikers. Oh gosh. Gosh darn it. Alright. There we go. You know what? I lost this piece. PG-12, I know. Which I feel is probably fine for the for Plasma Weekender. But I guess we gotta go like PG. We gotta be like PG-10. Hey guys, did you watch Ben 10? I don't know. Ben 10 isn't even a thing anymore. Ooh, actually that doesn't get glued. There we go. Alright. PG-420, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Yes. I think we are done. Get her done. Just an extra little accented detail. I think that this weapon here could use some extra detail. Let's see. But I'm also feeling lazy now. Maybe I can drill a hole and then thread it through somewhere? I think we're going to change pace and work on the Sazabi now. That is good enough now. We do have time. We do have a bit of time before making a final decision as far as spray painting this thing goes and everything, because I can't spray paint this thing. But yeah, that's the general look. And if there's a bunch of extra panels, like these kind of like armor plating spoon-shaped things, there's a bunch more of them that go everywhere on this model. But I have to keep that separate because it's just not easy to accent. It's not, sorry, not accent. It's just not easy to get access to. This chest part, for example. Yeah, I gave him an accent. What kind of accent would this guy have? British, New Zealand, Irish, Scottish, German. Yeah, German is probably a pretty fair guess. A robotic, heavily distorted German accent. That would be cool. That'd be scary and cool. Taiwanese? French Canadian, Filipino, a robotic, heavily distorted Filipino, Tito boy. There we go. There it is. This is what we've done so far. Yeah, so the next step is going to be spray painting. We're going to spray paint this thing. I think it's going to look really interesting once it's all like uniformly black. That will be pretty neat, and then we can actually start painting it. Painting hasn't been fully decided at this moment as far as colors go. Might have to do some research, see what other people have painted their Grosser Hund. But yes, we're kind of like on a good pace. We're on pace for this model, I think. And again, this is something that I want to have ready to weather by mid-April, let us say. So I think we're okay.